Now, of course, we've also heard, Tim Kanjo talk about that this event not only tells Namibian stories, but for the whole African continent. But just talk to us about the content that emerged from these particular initiatives, of course, also just including the theme.
The content?
Yes.
Well, I think the content, it's in the name itself. It says MTC Branding and Marketing Indaba. And it's an Indaba that is paying and shedding light to the subjects of branding, marketing, communications, public relations, and advertising. So everything that falls under the big main umbrella of communications is what the conference or the Indaba is really touching on. So it started this week, Wednesday. It's a 3 days Indaba. First of its kind in Namibia.
Yeah.
At MTC we always like to do, break ground. So it's the first time, because we figured that in the country there is no platform that is specifically dedicated and creating an opportunity for professionals that are in the space of marketing, branding and marketing and PR. So we thought we have to create a platform where all these professionals and everyone that has an interest in this space to convene in one place, come together, share notes, share insight, valuable insights, knowledge, experience, so that we can meaningfully pursue the creation of great brands for ourselves. It doesn't matter whether it's a brand for you as a country, or for you as a corporate, or as a person. We are on a pursuit of creating great brands for ourselves, and we are doing that collectively, where we are convening and sharing notes to say, how do we do this? How do we create a great brand for ourselves and create a position or a seat for ourselves on the table, global table or local table? It doesn't matter. As a country, we need to sit on the table where decisions are made. As Africa, we need to sit on that table where decisions are made, and not just be the meal on that table. And how do you do that? By creating a great brand for yourself, because the brand that you create yourself is creating identity, and your identity determines how you'll be treated by the rest of the world. And we want to be treated with respect.
Absolutely.
That's why we are on a mission of pursuing great brands, and we are doing that collectively, hence the Indaba.
Quite elaborative, but of course, talking about the do's and the don'ts, the hows and the whys, we know that the event also displayed one of the best brands and communication and marketing experts, of course, just committed to sharing their wealth of experience. What were some of the key takeaways from this Indaba?
Key takeaway for me is that I think I will probably repeat myself here, is that we need to pursue greatness. And we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We need to position ourselves strongly so that we deserve and get to be paid the consideration that is due to us. So that is the takeaway, that we need to be very serious on creating our brand and positioning ourselves as a force to be reckoned to with, whether it's, like I said, as a country or as a continent or as a corporate or as a person.
Now, you're talking about needing to be serious in this particular area, but how are we as Namibians, faring in this particular space, especially when it comes to creativity and, your own identity and authenticity?
You see, and I think that's the reason why we have one of these Indaba, so that we can really come together and share notes on how to do that, because the intention is very much there to say we have to be very authentic about who we are and present the world our true identity, because with no identity, then you will not be recognized, and you don't want to be a faceless individual, you don't want to be a faceless company, you don't want to be a faceless continent or a country. You need to have an identity, a powerful identity that everyone wants to associate him or herself with. So, yes.
And also, just speaking about authenticity, just talk to us about what the topics of discussion during the past 3 days of the Indaba, from this particular speakers, just some of the core, areas that we as Namibians can emulate in terms of just what you highlighted now of authenticity, creativity, and just being original and trying to sell your brand and being identified with it for what it is.
Sometimes we tend to copy and paste.
Yeah.
You see something that has been done in a certain market, maybe Europe and whatnot, and you try to bring that down to here, and hoping that it will catch. Yes, you can do that, but don't lose the element of authenticity.
Yeah.
Because whoever it is that you are copying, they are being who they are. and they are doing it because it fits their market, it fits the environment. So for us, we also need to do things that our people understand, can relate to, so that they can identify and associate and relate to what you're saying, and not just copy and paste. You study your market, and of course, you sort of like synchronize and combine what is happening out there. You study it, understand it, and what it is that you have in your country. You study it and understand it, and create something that is unique to yourself. Don't just confine to say, no, I'm just going to be completely just myself. Also have your eyes out wide open to see what's happening, new trends, how new ways of doing things, and you'll be able to really definitely position yourself as one of the great brands to be associated with.
I'll get to the new trends later, but Erasmus, I mean, just to quote one of the speakers at the Indaba, who stated that Africans need to do away with thinking global and acting local by adopting new habits of thinking local and acting global. What do you make of that particular opinion?
I think that was Dr. Febe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, act local and think global, right? It means that harness and appreciate what you have here, and try to make it something that is acceptable, consumable,
and relatable.
Outside, elsewhere, not just here. When what you are creating locally can be accepted elsewhere, it means that you are doing a very good job, and not just you create what you have created here and can be accepted elsewhere. That's why, like for instance, I'm going to give an example of music. You create music that is consumable here in Namibia, but elsewhere people can't really relate. You ought to create something that is very unique to you, to who you are, very consumable by your own people and also the rest of the world. Yes.
I mean, the other issue, of course, is also AI. Technology is evolving, every day. And AI in the branding and marketing space. How does this perhaps limit our strategies and creativity, as well as vice versa?
Limit AI. I wouldn't really say AI will limit. I would say AI will sort of like open up doors for you to expand and fly your wings to another level that you've never been before. It's just a matter of us understanding it and adapting it and accepting it and understanding how to best utilize it. Latest trend. Technology is always evolving, and obviously we cannot shy away that AI is now here to stay. It's just a matter. There are institutions which are still slowly, and also people who are slow in adopting that. But at some point we need to fully embrace it, because that is the future. We just need to know how to really utilize AI to the best of our ability. How do you utilize AI to build a strong brand? How do you utilize AI to market, to segmentize your market, to identify who your target audience is, and all that? How do you utilize AI to create catchy advertising material and content and whatnot? So AI is definitely here to bolster our effort and go to another level. So that's one of the trends that has been discussed at the Indaba.
Absolutely. But just to stay with the AI issue, I mean, we turn to just let AI think for us, and we lose the aspect of personal creativity as well. Why is it perhaps also important for us to create spaces in order to navigate through how to use AI to advance, in this particular area, branding and marketing? Creating
spaces where one can understand AI. I mean, a platform like the MTC Branding Marketing Indaba is one of those spaces, because we have qualified and competent and very skillful speakers that have tackled and gave insight on how to do utilize and capitalize on AI. There are courses where we can take up so that we really just empower ourselves on how we can really benefit on using AI.
Just finally, before I let you go, Erasmus, earlier on you spoke about the new trends that we can also utilize and take advantage of. Just give us some of the hints and some of perhaps the new trends that are currently in the branding and marketing space that were discussed there, and perhaps that we can also just follow.
I'll say the new trends, and I'll probably just stick to AI. AI is the widely spoken about. That's the trend. That is what is trending right now. That's the topic. That's what everyone is interested in knowing how to do, because I think figuring, yes, traditional way of doing things has been effective, but slowly it's starting to a bit, lose its touch, and we need now to adapt new trends and how to do things. And AI is the center of those trends. Everyone is talking about it, to say if it is used correctly, we're definitely in for a win. And that's the main trending topic that is central, amongst others, of course, at the Indaba.
First, this is the first of its kind in the country.
Yeah,
Are we going to be expecting more of such initiatives and platforms?
That's definitely the idea. We're creating it, and we want it to stay.
All right.
Yes.